Crazy, 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 crazy. Chelsea 3, Barcelona 0. I'll be real, Barca just got oiled up. They just got oiled up. I ain't gonna lie to you lot. Listen, I'll be real. These men have been silently cooking. Is that 6 wins in a row for them, man, now? Is that 6 wins in a row? It's looking mad. We're going to get into the game. We're going to get into this match reaction. But you have to give credit when due. Another La Liga giant has just been slapped at the back of their head. And it's looking dark for Barcelona. Listen, before we get into the video, make sure you smash that like button. Just smash it. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you subscribe to the content if you like the video. And if you like the video side, especially of this channel, that is not a shameless, less banter, and more ideal. It's that, you know, it's that football talk. You know what I'm saying? Unbiased takes and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we got to have a chat. Chelsea Football Club. Where have you guys got this from? Estevao, Cucurella. You know what I'm saying? Andre Santos. It's crazy. No strikers on the pitch. Wesley Fofana. Reece James. Not even Reece James. Reece James. Jesus. Even Gusto. Yo. Yo. Caicedo. Yo. It's mad, man. There's a plethora of players we're going to talk about today. But we have to talk about the man of the moment. You know, Estevao. Esther, how did he do that? They called this one the Yamal Estevao derby, and Estevao came through with flying colors. Obviously, commiserations to Yamal in the game and whatnot. But at the end of the day, Chelsea was superior, and there was nothing Yamal could do about it. You know, Yamal started the game quite well with a few of the link-up plays and, you know, the line-breaking passes. But, you know, when he got the ball, he wasn't decisive enough, and Cucurella bullied him. He bullied him. You know what I'm saying? Now, less about Yamal. We're going to talk about the man of the moment, Estevao. You know what I'm saying? And he has scored in his last 3 Champions League games, and he's Chelsea's leading goal scorer in the competition. And again, he's a player that is not even playing regularly. He's not even playing regularly. Understand the ceiling is going higher and higher. And listen, I was someone who wasn't too sure. You know, there's a lot of players that with Estevao's type of talent, and you don't see over the time of football, and we haven't seen them fulfill their potential. But in his early Chelsea career, you can see that this is a special, special talent. And we've seen it again today. Estevao, he can go left, he can go right. You saw the way he used both feet. That goal, I think it clocked in at how fast? Someone in the chat, let me know how fast that was. You know what I'm saying? Because only 3 teenagers have scored in their first 3 Champions League starts. And that's Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, and then, of course, Estevao. I mean, and that's not bad. I don't really think that's bad company to have if we're talking about super talents when it comes to a young player doing what they do. You know, Estevao's game by numbers, it was crazy. You know, we're going to have a look at it here. Look at Estevao's game by numbers. 48 touches, 24 out of 28 passes completed, 8 touches in the opponent's box, 3 duels won, 2 out of 5 take-ons completed, 2 chances created, 2 shots, 1 foul, 1 goal. And again, like, it's not just for me, his flair that, you know, obviously he's very much known for. For me, it's his mentality that he's not playing games all the time. His minutes are being spared. He's being embedded into the team. And he still has this aura, that's really calming aura about him, where he just doesn't mind. He just wants to go out there. He wants to have fun. He gets the ball. He's not selfish. He's quick. He's quite strong in terms of it. He's stocky for his size, in terms of his strength to hold off players as well. Very elusive. And he just plays with a smile on his face. He's an absolute breath of fresh air. And on top of that, you can tell that the minutes don't get to him. He's got a very, very good attitude. You can just see it. And for me, Chelsea have an absolute gem. And of course, you know, I always say my thing is that Chelsea spawn robots. They spawn robots out of their academy, and they just have so many of them. And yes, they got him from Palmeiras and that, but they've got another one. Whether they breed, whether they they get them from their own academy, or whether they get them from another club, it's mad, innit? I just feel like they just spawn these gems, and I just don't understand it. Let's talk about Cucurella. because I think left back conversations have been a lot of Nuno Mendes in terms of the world's best. Calafiori in the league has been one of the better left backs as well. But let's talk about Cucurella. Cucurella was that kid in school that used to slide tackle on concrete. The man never stops. Technically very good. Good delivery. Wicked defensively. Another player put in his back pocket. When will he stop? The Cucurella penitentiary is getting full. They're going to need to build an extension because he's wicked and he's doing what he's doing. And I don't know if I can find some numbers with Cucurella's game. We can find some stats on Cucurella. Maybe I'm going to see if I can find some, because genuinely that game, to see Yamal be frustrated as much as he did, the way Yamal was frustrated in that game, not many players can make Lamine Yamal look like that. Genuinely speaking. And it wasn't just his fight. He was getting the crowd riled up. You know what I'm saying? Technically progressing the pass, one-touch passing. He killed them today, offensively and defensively. Again, I think someone said it in the stream. He was on Yamal's left foot before Yamal got the ball to his left foot. He didn't know what hit him. Bro got put in a spliff and he got put in a Chelsea pack. Yamal got put in that Chelsea pack. It got so dark so quickly. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, look, right now, I'm trying to find some numbers because I need to see the numbers from Cucurella. Genuinely, that he was my man of the match today by a mile. Not even by a mile, because there's a few other performances, but Cucurella was unbelievable. As Robert Sanchez said, sorry, Cucurella has Lamine Yamal in his back pocket, his keys, his car keys, his wallet, and of course, Lamine Yamal. Statistically just out of this world. And we found some stats here. 4 out of 5 tackles won. Let me just show you guys here. You guys can see here. 4 out of 5 tackles won. 8 out of 15 duels won. 3 recoveries, 2 interceptions. Dribble passed only once. Lamine Yamal in his pocket. Absolutely unreal. Shout out P-Wise. S-Pies for that one. But of course, we've got a few more stats we need to read out. And here's one. One performance that I think not a lot of people are going to speak about. Enzo Fernandez. Very, very, very professional performance. Proper professional performance. Very cultured performance. An unbelievable showing of his ability today. Passing wise, unreal. Both feet. Dribbling, very comfortable on the ball. Physically dominating. On a technical level, he felt like he was just so comfortable out there. 76 touches, 53 out of 62 touches, 13 final third entries, by the way. That is unreal. 5 touches in the opponent's box, 4 times possession, 1, 4 shots, 2 chances created, 1 assist, and probably should have had a few goals as well. No Chelsea player has been involved in more goals in all competitions since the FIFA Club World Cup, and Enzo is proving to improve each game. I know we started the season where Chelsea fans were very, and I get it. Chelsea fans are saying he was doing the GA thing. He's been very frustrating, and I've watched a lot of Chelsea games this season. He has been frustrating at times, but I believe he is getting better and better. I believe game by game, he's just growing into his role in this Chelsea football team, and him and Caicedo have just formed a really good partnership that I just think works. I think it really, really works. If you look at Enzo's passing range, and you could say maybe it was the injury he was playing on while he was suffering at points, maybe the season before last or whatnot, or even points last season, but he was unreal today. He was absolutely unreal today. And of course, his compatriot, Moises Caicedo. Come on now. See that tackle that Caicedo put? Was it on Furman or was it on Ferran? But you don't know what tackle I'm talking about. You know when you hear the ball, the boom, hey, boy, listen, it was so clean as a whistle. That tackle was, we call them ones the reducer. We didn't see Furman for the rest of the game. We call that one the young reducer. You know what I'm saying? It was mad. It was absolute madness. And I think with Caicedo's robustness, I think for real, the way me and Ethan was talking about it earlier, the way Caicedo was turning defense to attack so quickly, so effortlessly, and with Barcelona's high line, it just worked a treat. It worked a treat, and Caicedo was just doing Caicedo things. Now, we're also going to talk about someone who I think as well, I personally think isn't going to get spoken about today. Not going to get spoken about. But I think his performance today, you take that into the Arsenal game, you might have something. Take it into the game after that, Chelsea might have something. I think the area that people look at with Chelsea is that centre-back area. And yes, you look at Cucurella, and he is in that conversation for being the best left-back in the world. I think on form, Cucurella is probably 1 and 2 in terms of 1 or 2 in best left-backs in the world. But if you look at Wesley Fofana, Chelsea have had trouble, you know, with Chalobah Tosin. They've drawn some games. You've dropped some silly points here and there, you know. If you look at Wesley Fofana today, he brought a real calming presence to that Chelsea backline. Real calming presence. And I feel like, yes, even though there was a red card and a Araujo, they're calling him a Araujo, by the way, which is a crazy slander name. Araujo's mad. But even though Araujo got the red card, and then from that point on, it's about whether Chelsea can break down the 10 men of Barcelona, which they did emphatically. The midfielders and the strikers and the wingers are going to be spoken about a lot more because it's about breaking the team down that's going to sit back who have 10 men. But when you actually look at that first 40 minutes, where the game could have gone either way at certain points, maybe in the first 15 minutes, not so much the time after that. But Barcelona did have a few chances, and I think Fofana dealt with everything that he came his way. Everything that came Fofana's way for me was just dealt with so calmly. He had Chelsea on the front foot with his progressive passing. He was very good on the ball. Anything back to the goalkeeper was assured. He knew what he was doing before he wanted to do it. His positioning was brilliant. He held the line exceptionally well. And I just think he didn't put a foot wrong. And don't get me wrong, I think Chalobah had a good game as well. I don't think any Chelsea player had a bad game. Maybe bar, I'd say Garnacho. But Wesley Fofana, I don't think is going to be spoken about. And I just think I think he's wicked. I think he was wicked. How long they can keep him fit for, we'll speak and we'll see. But he keeps that form up, and you might start talking about the defender you guys saw 5 or 6 years ago. You know? Reece James as well. Wonderful putting a shift as he does. Reece James doing his thing. Let's talk about Andre Santos, man. Let's talk about Andre Santos. That second half change, because obviously Gusto was okay at times, but Gusto for me was tripping over his own feet, and he was very robust and he had the legs to cover and let the Reece James go up, let Estevao do his thing, and all of these things. A real midfielder stepped onto the pitch, because obviously Gusto's not a midfielder, so to be fair to him. Andre Santos, that cameo, that second half cameo for me, I was moved. I ain't gonna lie. I was moved. Yo, I don't even know where to even, like, bro. On the ball, flair, power, speed, awareness, short passing. I just feel like he was so comfortable. And again, if I'm being real, we know it was against 10 men, and you're going to look better against 10 men. But it don't take away, like, we just saw Man United lose to 10 men Everton. So you still got to go win the game. You still got to go, you know, you still have to go out there and go do something. You got to go out there and do something. You know what I'm saying, guys? You got to go out there and do something. And for me, I felt like he was just a real, again, another culture performance in midfield with Caicedo and Enzo there. Just completed the midfield trio, and he done a wicked job. I think really keep the eyes on Andre Santos, man. I think he done really well, you know, and yeah, man, I don't have too much to say on that. We'll see how he performs against Arsenal, if he gets the start, or, you know, we'll see what Enzo Maresca goes on to do. But here's the last thing, though. Enzo Maresca, man, you now have to look at the manager. Hansi Flick got out coached, and that high line was suicide by Hansi Flick. I ain't gonna lie. But Enzo Maresca, masterclass. Set up the team perfectly, tactics perfectly, played out the back when needed. Only lost the ball going out the back once. The switches, the overloads, letting Chelsea know when to go long and when not to go long. The midfielders dropping in, playing no strikers, by the way. Let me get this straight. No Palmer, no Colwill, no Delap, no João Pedro. And Pedro Neto running the flanks and stretching the line was the perfect tactics. He knew Hansi Flick was going to play a high line. He knew from last season, that the cameos last season, that Pedro Neto can play as that false nine role if needed. Even though it's not their best option, but today it was their best option because you needed legs. You needed to stretch the line in behind. You needed to someone who was going to use their pace and be robust and do that role. And Pedro Neto done it really well. And that's down to the manager's tactics in seeing that high line and what players he had at his disposal to go and expose that. And generally speaking, Maresca got it perfect down to a T. He stretched the lines when needed to, got Chelsea up the pitch, and then with the high press, didn't let Barcelona really get out. And that was the pattern of the game for pretty much the whole thing. So you have to give credit to the manager there. He done an amazing job in not having those players, making Barcelona look like baby food. And on top of that, not having Cole Palmer, Colwill, the likes of the two strikers that he plays as well, which is a big part of the system that he actually plays in general. But listen, guys, that's my reaction to the game, man. I think Chelsea absolutely bodied these, man. Barcelona got put in a spliff. Barcelona got boxed. They got popped. They got bro. They got, hey, listen, yeah, murder on the dance floor. You see it. But if you made it this far and you like this breakdown of the game, actually, hold on. No, you know what? I'm showing the game stats. I forgot to show the game stats, bro. No. We're showing the stats quick. Where are they? Because I just want to show you the destination in it. I want to show you the destination quickly before you leave. Brother, look at this. Sorry, that's Man City versus Bayer Leverkusen. Where is the Chelsea one? I had it here a second ago. Where is it? Where is it? I have to find it because the stats, it was just rude. How can you bully Barcelona like this, yeah? When I don't even care if Rafinha and that man didn't even play. I don't even care, bro. I don't even care, bro. There he goes. Yeah, Chelsea versus Barcelona. Look at this. 3-0, 2.18 to their 0.61 XG, 15 shots to their 5, 6 on target to their 2, 35 touches in the opposition box to their 9, 55% possession, corners taken 4 to their none, and 18 fouls committed, bro. Bullied, blocked off the park, outplayed, outshone. Allow me in it. Listen, guys, if you're still watching this, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Drop a comment who your man of the match was. Mine was Cucurella. Obviously, he was given the man of the match as well. Let's have a conversation in the comment section. Arsenal versus Chelsea next. Let's see who comes out on top. Take care, guys. See you soon.